Hello the internet, my name's Laura and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a little bit of potting. I keep going around and watering my plants and then being like, oh that's right, I was going to repot that. Oh that's right, I was going to repot that. Oh that's right, I should probably pot that. Oh that's right, I was going to divide that. Just like over and over again. And so I decided it was probably about time for me to, actually do that. Right? So I collected all the things that I'm pretty sure that I need to pot. I'm sure I'm going to miss some, but at least I will have, I don't know, improved the number of things that I still need to work with. And you can see a couple of them up here. Mainly begonias because, yay begonias. Okay, so I have no idea where I want to start. Let's start with something simple. All right, so we're gonna put you guys down a little bit so that you can see my beautiful table. Okay, so we've got more of the plants here. So what I really want to do first is get these primulinas here split up. I have the 3 of them here. Because the primulinas can grow from leaf cuttings, but they also sprout little baby plants in there, and it's just starting to look kind of crowded. Yay, I moved my camera. So I want to be able to, I don't know why I put that there. I put some of the plants on my dirt. What am I thinking? I'm going to have to pull those off of there to get dirt out of my containers. I'm so wonderful. Okay, so we're going to start. I don't want to tackle that one yet. We're going to start here. And I brought over a new pot so that the baby ones can stay in here. And then the bigger ones can go in here. Primulinas. What type of soil do I want? I want a typical soil, so I want the soil that's under this one. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, go ahead and go in here, pull that out, and we're gonna tease this apart a little bit, and it's going to be very unhappy. I know, I almost feel like I should have this a little bit more wet. Do I have a thing for that? All right, do I have anything that will pour water? Did I seriously? Oh, okay. 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 Let that sit in there for a little bit. How about you? You're kind of in the same situation, aren't you? Okay, let's set the 2 of you guys in there for right now. Toss. Okay, so we're gonna let those sit. Hopefully those will suck up some water. Let's see what this is looking like. Okay, let's move it over there. Dirt. All right. I have not ever pulled this guy out of here, so I have no idea what we're looking at. This dirt, however, is still a little bit wet. Okay, so we're just going to very gently tease this apart. Oh, that's not good. Well, besides the fact that I'm taking leaves off, it feels like these 2 plants want to be connected to each, or are still connected to each other, and that is not what I wanted. I want you to be separate plants so that you can live your lives separately, in separate places. I'm going to be able to get some nice propagations off of this by the time I'm done. Pull off some yellowing leaves. Yellow leaf. Yeah, the other reason I need to do this is because this plant actually has mealy bugs, and it's just so dense that I can't really, like, I can't treat it because there's just leaves everywhere and every which way, and I don't know. I'm sorry that I'm taking so many of these off of here, but you know what? You'll be fine. Because we will take care of all these stupid mealybugs so that you can live your life happily and without care. Oh yeah, I can see all the stupid mealybugs in there. All right, so we're going in here with this. Because I'm just breaking off leaves trying to pull it apart this way. So let's see if I can. I just a second ago saw the break between the two plants. Okay, there it is. All right. Oh yeah, I got all kinds of mealies all up in here. Pretty sure that I'm gonna have to put that in some spag moss so that it can grow some more roots, because it has very few roots, but that's okay. Okay. That one, this one's got very little roots on it as well. There we go. All right, you guys are now separate plants. Oh God, look at all the mealies. It's not like a super bad infestation as far as I've seen some as infestations go. Like if I showed it to you, probably would barely be able to see it. You can see some like the little white stuff all up in there. But obviously, we're gonna want to swab everything in there and just kill what we can. Well, we've got it apart like this so that I can get all down in there, which was the problem that I couldn't do, because as you were seeing when I was pulling it apart, the leaves were just snapping. When I was trying to like get down in here with the isopropyl alcohol, I was just snapping leaves off, and so it's like, okay, I really need to just be able to like get down in here. And it's a shame because it means I had to, you know, pull this plant all apart, but hopefully I will be able to deal with the mealies, and each of these plants will survive and do well and live long and prosper and all that kind of good stuff. So I see you in there, you little turkey butts. I want you all to die. Die. Oh, there went another leaf. Ugh. Okay, so we're going to stick this guy because it has the biggest root ball back into this pot. All right, I do need some dirt. I was seeing about how much I needed. And there's any chance, I need to put it like around the sides. that I've got mealies down obviously in the soil as well, which is just not going to make things very easy, but it's what I got to do. Okay, so we got that one. All right, the next biggest is this guy here. I know. I'm so sorry. Really think I started with the hardest one, just because I had to pull it all apart and rub it all down for bugs and all kinds of good stuff. Okay, so you're still attached. Yeah, you're still attached. Perfect. Oh, I think this was actually trying to flower. Huh. Well, all the rest of my primulinas are actually either flowering right now or trying to flower, so I'm not really surprised. I don't know whether it just hadn't gotten around to it yet, or if the bugs on here were kind of keeping it from doing it so well. I don't know. Okay. The root system on that's really small, so even though the plant isn't, like, the plant is actually fairly big, I don't want to put it in too big of a pot, or else it will have too much water retained in there. So we're going to go ahead and stick that in there. And because I was being so harsh with these plants, I'm not going to be surprised if I lose a couple of them. Just because, like, I mean, that's going to have to go into a propagation box. Oh, God, I can see the mealy crawling on there. I hate it when they move. Like, I don't know. When they're not moving, I can pretend that they're dead. When they're moving, I'm like, nope, that thing's alive and it's going to lay eggs somewhere. I'm going to have to put these guys in their own propagation box, because I do not want to risk getting these mealies onto my other propagations. So yes, they will have their own propagation box. Okay, so stick that guy in there so that it's nice and wet. All right, and what else do we have that's still alive? This guy. So there we go. We got the other two ones that really didn't have much root systems left in there, and we'll see if they grow root systems. I don't know. They may not. Get rid of the mealybug dirt. Okay, so these guys have sucked up plenty of water because the soil is actually really nice in these. Which means hopefully I can tease it apart a little bit better now. Okay, not really. Now it's just gonna get wet all over me. Okay, but these ones, however, come apart a lot more easily than the other one did. So that is that one plant there? Yeah, that's the one main plant. And then we've got, it looks like 2 offshoots. Yeah, that's 2 offshoots on there. So I'll bring you over there with your little roots and bring you over here with your little roots. You unfortunately have fewer little roots, but I think you'll be okay. So that one is certainly going to go into a tiny pot. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and set that in there to soak up water. Okay, I need a couple smaller pots. That would have been even better for that plant because it's an even smaller pot, but that's okay. All right, so you have to go right down in there. I hate getting dirt on fuzzy leaves because it's always such a pain to get off, but oh well. Okay, and then big guy is gonna go in one of these because he is. Like that. Oh yeah, grown-up plant now. And I'm hoping that splitting these up, see now he's in his own pot, will allow it to have a more equal growth pattern, like it'll come out from the middle and spread out, as opposed to having, you know, these little guys over on the sides. All right, and that dirt's fine. Let's see what we got in this guy. I got 1. I think I've only got 2 in this one. Are you more attached? You're a little bit more attached. Okay, there we go. All right, so that is the main plant. Yeah, I took off a little more roots than I would have liked to. Take some of these bottom leaves off. Okay, and that one's going in here. Anyway, super impressed with the dirt that these guys are coming in. Because I had not repotted these guys yet. And I always appreciate it when I get plants and even before I repot them, like the soil is actually really nice and it holds the amount of water that it's supposed to hold, and you know, it does what it's supposed to do and all that kind of good stuff. We're gonna take that leaf off there because that's just huge. I feel like it's gonna have some trouble staying. Okay. I know, because you are a tiny plant, you should not have to support all these leaves. Okay, and then this guy, oh, I don't want to put you in tiny pot. You know what? Let's take this guy out and put it in tiny pot, and then we'll put that one in this pot. I know, it's slightly smaller than the pot you were in. There you go. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and use that dirt because that dirt's fine. I just noticed when I pulled this guy off of here, it doesn't look like he's got any silver markings yet. Like, this is the plant that he came off of. See, doesn't really have those silver markings yet, but it looks like that little baby one down in there is looking like it might have the starts of a little bit of it. So I think it might just be the young leaves. So not worried about him, like not having any, over there. Not worried about him not having any silver markings on him. I think he's just young. But I don't know, because the Loki that I have growing, I think it already has silver on it. I don't know. I guess we'll see. It'll be very interesting to see how well this guy does. All right, so there we go. We got those all potted up in their own little things. And these guys, I'm gonna have to check on for mealybugs, but at least now I can like get to the plant, you know, and like spray it on all sides a lot better than I could before when it was all just one like huge thing. And then I'm going to probably not propagate all of these leaves, but we're probably going to propagate some of them after I make sure that there's no mealybugs on them, because there's one right there on that leaf. It's kind of tiny. It's like down there. Right there. But anyway, I'll do that later because I don't want to do it now. I mean, I said I was going to pot, and so I'm potting. I'm not propagating. All right, now I have to figure out where I'm putting all of these. I'm going to have to reorganize my Primulina shelf now that I've got so many more Primulinas. Or I guess Primulina pots. I guess I have the exact same number of Primulinas I had 5 minutes ago. I just broke them apart. Okay. Wonder if that's not really gonna. I was trying to figure out if there was a way that I could, you know what, maybe if I put it farther away. You guys can kind of see me now. I wanted you to be able to see what I'm doing and see me at the same time, because I'm tired of always having it pointed at my crotch. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do is actually with my begonia self-named Pearl Sky, which has been doing really, really well ever since I got it. It just seems to be drying out kind of quickly. I'm going to put it in a pot that's not much larger than the one it was already in. It's a little bit, it's deeper though. And I'm hoping that that will help the watering issue a little bit. And I just noticed this. This is what the leaves on this plant look like. All the ones that that have been on this plant, they look like that. This is the newest leaf that's come in. And it's like such a different color. There's like no green on it at all. And I don't know, it almost looks like a different, doesn't it look like a different begonia? I mean, it looks like a completely different plant. And I'm wondering if that has to do with the light that it's under, right? Like I have it under a particularly strong grow light. I've been having problems with the new leaves not coming in really well because I think I've been underwatering it a little bit. but I don't know. That's the first like new leaf that I've really gotten to a decent size, and it's like, I mean, it looks like a different plant, but I still love it. I just hope they don't all look like that, because like I like this pearl sky look. I don't know, you'll have to see, but it's interesting either way. Okay, so this is the pot I'm gonna put it into. So this is gonna need some of my other soil. This one's got more sphagnum moss in it. And since begonias like to be nice and wet, I want to make sure that I have some nice spag moss in there. All right. Let's see how this comes down. Oh, not bad. Decent number of roots on there. I'm pretty happy with that. How's that going to sit in there? I want to sit down a little bit so that I can water it easily. Yeah, it is basically the same size, but as you saw, I put some dirt, so there's new dirt like there. And I'm going to put some of this new dirt on top, because it has worm castings in it, and so that will help to also fertilize the plant a little bit. You get some worm castings up on top of here. I like that. That's really pretty. I like the blue. Blue is my favorite color, so I'm always a fan of things that are blue. And that was a much easier repot than all the Primulines. We love repots that go like that. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Set you back down there. Who do we want to hit next? Oh, let's do this guy. All right, so some of you might be like, is that your Griffin begonia? Why is it so small? It had a really long rhizome here that I cut off, because all of the leaves that were on this rhizome had stems that were like this long. And so the plant was just humongous. It was taking up a lot of space. It was very obviously, at least I'm pretty sure, because I wasn't giving it enough light for a really long time. Once I put it under a grow light, it started, the length of the stems started getting shorter and shorter. Until now we've got kind of reasonably. So what I did was I cut that off. I threw all the leaves out, because this begonia in particular does not propagate from leaves. I got a suggestion from the person who had given my friend Jerry from Planting Memory. They gave him a Griffin begonia, and they're the one who propagated that begonia. And so I went to their channel. It's called Glass House and Garden, I think. Garden and Glass House? Glass House and Garden, I think. And so a couple of days ago, a while ago actually now, I cut up the stem, because it was like a long stem, and I put them all in here, because it's kind of like, supposedly, oh no, yeah, are those roots growing already? It's like propagating a philodendron, something with nodes, where each node will put out new leaves, and then it'll start growing from that node. So like, even though, I don't know, it's possible that most rhizomatous begonias will grow like that. I've never tried, nor have I ever looked into it, but most rhizomatous begonias will leaf propagate. Like, you pull off a leaf and then the leaf will So this is my first attempt with this. I mean, they're all looking good. None of them are rotting or anything like that, which is fabulous. And we're just gonna keep them. Like I said, it has not been very long, so I'm not really expecting there to be much going on. But since you guys are like, oh my God, your birth griffin begonia, I'm sure that's exactly what you're thinking. I wanted to show. So. Okay, that being said, this guy is going to go into this pot. Again, like with the self-named Pearl Sky. There's a sticker on hand inside here I want to take out. The pot is not any bigger, but it is deeper. So this guy's been drying out pretty quickly as well. And I mean, it's pretty, this plant, like, since I got it, and I got it April or May of last year, I think. Since I got it, it has grown, like, a ton. Obviously, if you go back to any of my previous videos where I show it, you know, you'll see, like, how humongous it was. And that was like, that was all new growth. What do we got going on in here? Not as many roots as I was expecting. Okay. That's fine though. Try and do this without snapping any of these little baby leaves off. Okay. Shove this dirt down the side here. Yeah. This one's not spreading out the way the other one did, so I need to fill in just a little bit of dirt on the sides so we don't get any air pockets. You don't want air pockets. That's where bacteria grows. Okay. All right. So I am happy with that. All right, so there's this one. Out of the nursery pots and into interesting looking pots we go. And before too long, this should start growing. I think there's actually even a little leaf starting there. So before too long, this should start growing out more. And then obviously these are already got little babies coming out. So, all right, that is our begonia griffin. All right, tag. Oh, I put the primulinas. I put the primulinas in the griffin begonia spot. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. Back over there. Beautiful. Extra pots. Oh, I guess I can't put them there anymore. I usually put stuff on this tray. I have a tray here that holds my camera. I usually put stuff on here. You guys can't see. I've got like my... But I can't do that when it's down this low because you can see them! And that's just not a good shot, so... Okay. I wanted to go ahead. So, I was having problems with my begonia lucerna. And so I cut a lot of it back. I put some of it into my grow tent over there. And then I put the rest of it into water. They have grown. They have grown. Even this one here that didn't have any leaves on it when I put it in there, it has grown. So I'm fairly confident that I can put this into soil now, and I figure while I'm doing this, I might as well Um, and then also, I have noticed that I've gotten a little bit of crisping on the edges, but I'm not sure actually how much. Like, that might have been before they got roots on them. My mom said that she had noticed, because this was my mother's plant and she gave it to me. She grew it for years and years and then gave me a cutting. She didn't give me the plant, she gave me a cutting. She said that she had noticed that the melting of the leaves would happen when the plant didn't have enough water. I thought that I had been giving it enough water, but it's possible that I wasn't. So I'm going to go ahead and plant that in the pot that I can't find it because it's over here. The plant I can't find. Put the cap back on my isopropyl alcohol since it's just sitting there open. I know this looks very similar to the previous pot. It does, it has a different pattern on it. Like the color pattern is the same, but the pattern of the planter itself, like these lines going around it, is different. So different. Oh, I think I'm gonna run out of dirt. This might not be enough to pot this whole thing. Okay, well, let's see how far we get. I'm very bad at judging dirt, so watch it be like, oh my god, there's too much dirt. Oh, I guess before I fill it all the way up, I need to actually put the plants in there. All right. Oh, and get this sticker out of here. Okay, that one came off less well than the other two did. Hopefully the glue is not toxic. Okay. So, how deep do we want you guys to be in there? I feel like you can be deeper than that because you are mostly stem. There you go. Just like that. You're going to be on this side. You can be at that depth right there. That one grew roots like way up the stem. Okay, that's still beneath where the roots have grown though. All right. Hold the stems up as we put the dirt in. Okay, it's going to end up being like the exact right amount of soil. I am horrible at judging soil. I'm horrible. Ta-da! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Okay, everybody's sitting up nice and straight. Okay, it's a little bit too low of soil. But I'm going to leave it like this for now, and then I'll put some more on the top. All the roots are below the soil line, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, and then, thank you, handy dandy vase. Now we're going to water it. And I know it has a tray under there, but it's like so tiny. You know what? I can just stick it in this, which I have just recently emptied. But I want to make sure that this is nice and wet because it was sitting in water. These plants were sitting in water up until just now, so they want a good amount of water. And so I want to make sure they have enough water. And I have no idea whether it's going to come pouring out the bottom or not. There we go, though. How's that look? Okay, a little bit of water. Little water. Not a lot of water. I'm okay with that. But there we go. So there is my begonia lucerne in this pot. And I'm going to see what I can do about making sure that this stays watered enough. And then that one over there, I'm probably gonna have to. The other thing, the one thing that I mean, I love cane begonias, don't get me wrong. The thing that's annoying about them is they just get so freaking tall and unwieldy. And if you have problems like I was where the leaves were melting off, that means that you just get bare stems. And so the only way that you can fix it is to cut propagations and then redo. Oh, okay, now I'm getting more water after I put the thing away. All right, where's my tablet? There. This is also an option. I wash these towels every once in a while. I know, right? Every once in a while. This is one of my more absorbent towels. I love it. So anyway, I'm probably gonna propagate a whole bunch of those. And, you know, as long as I've got one really nice plant going, that can be like the my plant for now, I'm probably gonna stick with that. So this is gonna go back over there. Okay, and that was not all of the plants that I wanted to repot, but I'm looking at the timer on my video and it is nearing 50 minutes. And so I'm probably going to end up doing some cutting when I edit this, but I don't want it to be a super, super long video. So I think I'm going to put off potting these other guys for a couple of days. Because I also have other stuff that I need to do today. I know, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and edit the video here. And then I'm going to put these propagations of my propagations of my primulinas into some containers so that they can actually propagate. I wonder if I could. Oh, I don't have any space left in there. Okay, I'll figure it out off camera. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video with. Thank you so much for watching my video with me today. If you like this video, go ahead and like this video. If you want to see more potting or other stuff, go ahead and subscribe so that you can catch those videos as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.